Mate Mike Medase yemre na fe yemra mehwe yebeba fie sisi enche bia akomia so ewa ha but league no Fixtures ne buy monkoso na mon farm recordings na mra later on the show yebe enso amamona ye ho sede no nso besi akona na nka mese mehwe 1 or 2 ye we bi na ya hwe sede no nso ebe kona hey ulize di omunya no ko count e bejo team no sheshe ba no bansa for no so ni abrepa Paul na bibi ai fine
opani
okay
atire ho ye pa
ade na ho
bibia bi sere da no ye yin ma ye na asa pepe tine buru na bene na mo tv twem na me mpeni faja skewura ba so
boso so awoje woji ase nyu bi na so ma
o da bi
ti kan asem ne yanko
Afcon league ni bede
de bia sa na mo kan
bi Afcon league bede
de bia mo kan ye bi bia ma se no
na mom ewe ni asem na players in the bi ba o fancy go for topa na no mi so post video bi ma hu se e yo fese me de ma yes a video no
me de ma for there
yes eno ya branch FN yaya Sir Kingsley wa hwe won yema nimu ahwe won yema nimu na ye nante na ni nkomo media ma for ye niema bi a league na sesese wo mahu se omo yiro ho kakra bi omo dominate o league nim enti afi wa hwe okwan mo fa so a omo ye signings no echo dogli aba ya yanso aba ha Salim Adams ko ana echo dogli aba Fuzi Taylor so ko to se echo dogli ba na mum enwa atapokwa ya de bi ni nwanwa
siwo
ya waye anka da enyewe na baako no enyewe ya baako no on say eno na etu baako na siwo ade no waye no sedu sana he was expected to travel to Takwa yesterday no kokko sign ma mediema reporter insaka ne say siwo so on twen e ma boy ne nko unsa na boy ne contract nso abana bi o aduana to na je say kwan bia so we ma boy natena ampa boy natena timedie ma no
so extend no
natena ache se oko ama bia kama e ho nti echo dogli dia ne dia ene ne da so no nti echo dogli after some media ma for sign o isu ono ankasa ne krom kasa e ya nwona kasa e kasa kire fans yentie kakra na yenhwe de ko
last is a defend okay marafuku odubana mi apete la takwadwana na fon konye eche dugli fishama vatakwa ta mentiwe mi apete na koda ka wona mi support me be league ya mi ho mediama ho last is ya ta defend Champions League ha mi puga mi ta ngogba akona me
na ne se ni nuanu nyina me support so mediama player na omu be ko Champions League akwakobo omu hia ne obia support
omu support defend the
league no omu league
kasa omu sa me nchiro
kasa no nyame kasa enti se de mitimi mesimi ye translation ye na nuachi ana omu de yayan so from club and din enso so de das no ko srema aha ho ana branch ni fi ono so etima ba Kala United ho na boy ni so efra ba na boy no waba bedru ono so ensema ono so kan ye enso enie
bit more because as a player my personal goal is like me ba ababwa send be next season year be say run be say Imagine League ni na fi so ye Champions League ni so bit more a progress akoyenim
okay
because as a player my personal goal is like
yama enkomo ana yedi sa na fancy league ana Ghana Premier League ni say Fixtures enya ba bonten na momma me Asante Kotoko first matches no ana se Kotoko matches o my bon na misisi so fama ya tie for aso folk dia o me dia ma ene aduana dia nyama ya ne kama mo first 5 matches ana DC so team dama ya tie for na mame Kotoko dia na yeni nkomo kakra na bibia enti Kotoko ebe start journey no e dia free DBB only DBB United ono ana ono nebo
say DBB
DBB okay DBB okay enti omo ana mbe start DBB etu de ekona yebe hu chede be sia yebe nie omo no be start e o DBB Presby Park na fancy so omo si stadium na ane reporter efri oba no omo ti so omo sa no Kotoko ba obo nse omo no Kotoko bo friendly match omo sha Kotoko 4 eti supporters say ti say omo first game omo no Kotoko no enye easy Kotoko second game obo home to Heart of Lions, third game away to Samates, fourth game home to Diana Stars, and after the fifth game no Kala United. Enti Kotoko there and so on House of Folk there and some 8 mile ready House of Folk in the first game obo home to Brekum Chelsea obekwa away to Gold Stars no obo home Beche United no akwa Kala away na fei wako Dreams away and no House of Folk first 5 matches are on also 8 mile na uwema a club and D and so and then Diana Stars mo fe Diana de na me na yemi nkomo akra Diana de nie ono so abebo away to Heart of Lions in the first game home to Samates home to Kaela Asante Kotoko beko away no abo home to Swedro All Blacks in the first 5 and no FC Media Diana ready mo fama me na yemi nkomo kakra na bibia so entimi enko kama Media man so edie nie abebo away to Dreams FC home to Port City Samson and away to Vision FC home to home with Kerala United and Apesa Basake no about DBB and also away game of Akobo Amelbias eto kamana Gold Stars for the omu JC on this season and also etumi ediaba Gold Stars JC ayemienu na mienu na mama me home no ye yellow ana away no white na Gold Stars there no kre ani nyame anim nie omu JC efe pa home ni Gold Stars a home JC for this season any na away JC no white enti say ready and so form na afi yanya ne fancy na bedwa force emeto so kama enti away JC ni ti afi the Gold Stars eja wo mpa eja enso na anum no ana chairman obin sechere enso di nkomo kakra na chairman obin sechere bisa se Kotoko problem anything since last season ebenya no say Kotoko problem no majority no supporters are omonko stadium because ye both season na se mun cost stadium no mukwa ana munyeska mukwa na sponsors enso timba enti chamobe such say omu problem pa supporters nyenti no
even the first match say supporters since abotre ni benya but Fixtures no dey nanka enye bad we teams na the first 5 matches no even the first 7 matches no kra no we teams are nka align up na eni husa but make us say football no so they be make us say first week league round no yene na we person nya be papa da pa what's the way because your second round na na ho no obi ape be ada nti no na eni brewo mu yi nti bia ba fairness no pa ya na wo first round no nti ho na wo se yeyere ye ho na yefese no man be ko nti media make us
no the answer me and so edi two Ghana Kotoko on manano chairman reporters house etima can say Emmanuel Nchiwa wo ba ni bia tunufo na Kotoko start a pre-season Emmanuel MI nti misramu Emmanuel Nchi omai what's the reason na reason no number 1 omo penfo so ma frɛ no so omra boni na nyamae ama reporters say kan say hwe Kotoko kra be twena so e wo say o ma frɛ no so omra omae enti ani latest and also 8 fancy man fancy anya be dafo into aso
Emre
things finally Ghana Premier League now started there's a fixtures about here discuss it drew one sir but and now Mr. Bibi kakra me pese me sade di kan na me repeat bio the league no energy about time edi be my fixtures no yeah be discuss it other stations discuss it from the first very game econo yen discuss it we the score line ma we person of we but ebeka the last 5 games am ye season one no must say ye league na ye bono nan mo nyam na wo ball ne ho no o ma jie free mu enti drew ha ya de ahode di league na chi ya kra fie ya kwa haba ni na no sebe nana mo ni mu ani ayen kwasiafo because you have friends they test you san common on matino for you to confirm say wo de wo ban mu wo agro no muti new ma send you games 3 be confirm man why how do I confirm this because if you say me won't be say me tell me say me craft na me call yeah some ya make it hasn't been a single season and your last 2 seasons in ABC na your last season eso na ABC na make season we ba be we are and some way say be besa a repeat no enti de fireball no bia o kan bi wom bia no de ye kan and say your ball no ye ba be we are almost say no I'm the true champion no ya ne the asterisk eto ho ye the title no ma obi ada bia ne ho nsam ka ye ka title no gu ho fi na title no de to bia ye twa so but goal scorers no yo ha Benjamin Boateng for dreams onya some 3-4 goals bitia so called RT team bia I want say some basa utia sebi enya de I saw it's an ISO I say mucho say mucho ma Shadrack can far report to Chelsea mucho mumra
no they cancel the result
Benjamin Boateng goes so motive
they went harder to
okay nice so my season on Shadrack can fight official table mumra so motive goes to one then there's also attack comedian and no so follow here
shifting the burden of proof
yeah so be cool no we on to farm na me for near to phone
shifting the burden of proof makes it omuchem at you even searching
me shift you obstacle no me person obstacle no it define no ho but yo individually defenders nko na really bibia e fan say a clean laurel anybody coffee your goal scorers no we have never accepted them I never tete ka so nko je toothpaste ne brush fan coffee then am for come man wa share 18 goals other na your friend recruiting back as no cry o hia no which of our goal scorers and any the prominence a financial goal scorer said Mahatma boy league those days na ye hu omo no Prince Go boy league ni ye hu omo no am encourage top scorer ekoi atakubeji top scorer ekoi you can go back and check relevance in the value in placed in our goal scorers no ayira ye be start on be hye goals bi o look at how they struggle ball na mubu pon no career nyame anye wadoma na okọ timpani form protectors ade no unim say okọ a wo ye bia no cyber security for no ya we enti they can come on share no that ko no mo invite coach we player we o dey make no
yes
referee we na Ghana nyina ka kenkan say opani we dey mi nhiraw
obi anye bi
it me hwebo ball ko tonet na referee you say bone ko tonet no o so hu video na me be kire no a referee no be enim say mi sheki no make say mi sheki no o do ni say marriage tade o de mo to so mi sheki no
so mo from say for brother video no ko
e be for from ya some you know as go to the record bi ko kan okra chirechire mu ha wa ne mate na no hu ni TV so no obi anya bibia no me fa me hu di ye no ehira me se me nko hwe enti san ne mo no mo de fa so investigation no en se me ko so good game no hu fi no yaw omo tibi ana omo ntibi that said Chairman Basic said Kotoko biggest problem is fans not coming to the stadium, right? No, Chairman. Well, make giant to your opinion, and I really need to respect it as your opinion. My person make corrupt your opinion from Baby Abiti, but from Baby Amemi way and the few years, who Krobia dear. The biggest problem for Krobia is signings, the approach to signings. The manner in which the club acquires its players. The approach and the signing players, you know, Dr. Ogum time, no 17 players in company for someone penny. Doctor saying 17 or penny more when you are for Wimbra and I walk a couple of numbers and so. But how many players and I call? Coach Karim Zito Oba replaced Dr. Ogum. Oh. na one who the advance so why no coach no be lead signings no enyo ne be wie season no or start season na ye yinadi na signings na buy ni nyina no dodo na ba be use Kotoko 21 Kotoko 17 Kotoko 19 Kotoko say every single season the quantum of players that leave the club a create deep hole for the up and coming coach it would be feeling you season na dream fin meanwhile no club no so super tight energy in adjusting to the profiles of this players coach no near yinadi. So the biggest problem for Kotoko is recruitment and your fans no cry adie na na Pokemon tertiary ho de omode tikuo no eno na hu Pokemon tertiary ho de na omode tikuo no eno na hu you say ko say ma bete media stance na se ho enipa go ye be 25 enyuma moto no ya wan hwe be sack boys in every stadium omom omo ne ma no ho no kra ntanyum moto no there's no motivation because boys now bobo no they don't add any energy.
I said but so do energy to as a high energy because say big Jones so mobilize these guys no be bana born now born so nyefe of which our player and say wo sa wo hwie.
The quality level has depleted over the course of time from a method of Mudasiru, Agadas, Suleiman Muniru, Fabio Gama. Those batch come from that angle. Oh baby basa and a check your place me for the semester start now. Who could find out that in Fege, in Bella, or much you don't know free bench by your coach. Check today. Kotoko, they were waiting for Betamwa to come from Libya or by none confidence in a doom. Akumia, I didn't remember your hello. So the biggest problem for club is recruitment and your fans and the pass on mobile because we don't see the game. Last year, Kotoko is my favorite striker. He show this year. He knows he said maybe kind of wants him. Born and over name so any say Kotoko. And wait because say oh new. And yamia I feel I'm recover me so okay. Near better Boasiama. Kotoko combination with Fabio Gama. Who didn't love that? But not coming here and you saw by about couple of shadow pearl of himself. So it is recruitment and the Kotoko biggest problem. There's a new season
because recruitment is not okay. Say league aye boy when be a Kotoko beko being omo home na say be away no beko be an opponents be on be she be ano anya wo hwe be a wo quality e wo certain mo unjina Kotoko match na nko so fan judging aso asomasi ana so bentin ye enim bonte bia me fanaba obesan koso ahwe sa player na against other opponents the matches obebo e bia distance obe cover the technical report am be no so no ene me de ma so page dogly won say Salimu kwa omo equally ama say aguably e bia obeka na say replacement a e yanisa now they are bishim ba wo de na de bia de nipa no beba no and friend nipa na ma stadium and enya about even names me am not even speaking to names say player ne ba no wo ba Kotoko supporters na kakra na beba stadium no omo na be market place no Charlie kwara we bo the following week obu so no so beba stadium ba be nipa na e kana asem no so de ko and stadium na be full ba mo ya wo na omra stadium bo beba no still resource na nye for how many years and then so say benye say bia nipa ni bibi yo more supporters na so mo kana no mo fight amongst mo amo and so ka say problem with supporters afra bi no many me adwin because my busa question my busa mo pen mo ma me just one season an Kotoko no kra so wo G League yanti keka wo asunwie man da for God knows how long.
Yeah, you are perfect on this and in both situations. Oh, you're so right. Yeah, supporters no problem. The shared interest between these supporting base, a huge dodo. Coach Weneba or the interest as I said back, fans and also interest. I know they were, but then I am talking about the biggest problem, and I still stick to that point to say, the manner in which they buy their players and allow certain players to also leave. That is recruitment. So when you say quality football, and one is selling home, ball, ball crowd can you go so afraid of more?
Chelsea supporters need team last season, protest bear twice. Almost say alone, so the Babano say no much protest no so on signings or moment. Anya wako itila kwa kufa the best defender. So we show so be doing what the number. Wafa Morgan Rogers, what the number, what the Maxons La Croix.
A tailored signing.
Say medium say Douglas some more can last is man can be as more higher. Okay, so takwa se kai. Ye wie ti Salim no obefene kra na finish because one wasama will be obabe silly echi no de amount.
Okay, actually Douglas in the absence of Salim.
But besides this some players man Kotoko na at all.
Yeah. You know how it has been the problem. What say?
More new coach about more say.
The league never started that way.
League never started September. I think the second week of September or so. The more say players and then more say more. But for now, I know. Say they are foreign players are be 3 or money Kotoko training. They are with them, and the striker will be coming very soon. On also be joining the team. Donzo. From what I was hearing, this is the MMT, not an official communique of the club. From what I'm hearing, the club has not been impressed with Donzo. Money Donzo be party ways.
New Adavno.
Yes. Money Donzo be party ways. Donzo, and there's one other player that is attached to it. I think Donzo ne Emmanuel entry na training no. In Shena around.
Yeah, me my only point here is say on common na obono o kan once twemu but me repeat you o ka say Kotoko ebe signings a enye opponent no mo ne boy ne nko a say ne yakwa we gi game free and free kofa no follow suit technical reports against which midfield no survival situations being of from a detailed report na de kofa na ba. Other than that your shallow signings so ho e bi na Madrid from the Basano. We use a Basa for player, so no so a conco bonumbi. Oh, Zadiano. Oh, because justify
this was the things last season a hard ring. It been our cast supporters and then how fractions and a lot of things happens. Club no baby Ginano. Last time I think me and Mike discussed say ni padudo a club. Baby a free banner. Any baby a club in Ginano. People has a lot of concern and attention to the club. It is a point to and you nipa baako for na ni daily. Only supporters. Only hemfonibi. Only adeshe. Only old players.
Only dumb.
Any daily. So the first thing my coach baako mudi kan bunimu. Say obana be wadrin say justify na mo. Omo say o club na ye dia. Ye na ye dia. Oti won ma yetimi frɛ. It's me free. Player we so na mo hwe no. No so bit me abobia. So if you want to build a club and want to work in that regard, there are certain things you need to ignore and allow things to move on like a professional club. Know who you want, know the kind of replacement you want, know the target and the kind of players are balance it.
And it's your bosses in our more or more so scouting it necessarily. Maybe a Sunday na maybe Sunday na Kotoko bo home no. Ebi a Kotoko obia or also be called Doma or be could be a summer test.
No.
Or be could be a takwa say me ko remedy ema. And maybe a summer text na say player we me dinach na omo gathering be a position be no technical report on Beijing so they are almost signings.
Let's mark as a I know Coach Zito wouldn't love me, but I have to because it's important to understand the current state of the club. Me investigative because say club now the boss season no money no so buy no. They mentioned to him say the club has scouts. Omo bodin chair no A B C D E. Me bodin.
Omo
but the truth is say ono de nani say party who scout and any omo tena se din komo no only God knows. Last season Kotoko pay 6 for almost 6 months. Newton near Baku Crade and Komono Newton the basin in Naso.
Scout no report to
Agado. Din Koma Afi Kotoko will have to go to Nations FC in the second round and Omodokofa Prince Beduso Omobosi Cinemomo. A club like that. What kind of disorganization, a lot of things that goes in is like that. So the recruitment was really poor. I agree with Newton. Last season, no more big problem. Power munya ye pa no. Na recruitment ni ye poor. Ana a doma there ya. Try winning her on training grounds. Ye call back. Many Newton therefore on the day last season na me neko. Na nipa go to ni ma nipa go to ubia the player. Ana we ye obibo too much is pa. The esreni say. Ubetime nya one player, ubetime about 2 games the amount of training grounds. Obe bonne heavy. Kotoko nya sign ni last season kame me coach me sure some kind use Adams kame trainer banchensi. Ni ma yim prima akoma miensa. Na chi say utemu abone ta. No busan say inu sanenye. Because these were players don't me justify who were there. Obono adane no atwen no say kaish a
different environment.
A D winger.
A different environment.
Bola ho say Sago na Mateus Nunes. I say Mateus na Shema we no Tottenham no. Also could training obi a shebi. Ba o de ba match ni mu a.
Avunia yes signer. And I say Ochina say and even the technical team were disappointed and they were like what is wrong with him? So I'm only hoping and believing because this is the right step. Yeah, new coach Aba. I believe they need to hurry up and get their signings in place. But I think,
frankly speaking, not to cut you, but I'm not even against Sebi Abe justify a war.
Oh yeah.
Anya, ubit me nya oba kunye no bia superb. But say ko over reliant on a honor dia. Internal business say the man for so much prepare road technical reporter just in a position where the best we are say. And plans for some World Cup mo bia we say o say the best for. So scout no am pass a blue or report my way. And I want most of my year juma de mat say bia atapoku bia e kai. Medium so ba be fa say do san or say dabi. Me ma won ko ni.
Na say Bishop last season o ye be the same thing with Alex Boachi.
We neighbor.
O ye be with Alex Boachi.
But say the bia mo ken. First no the best name ba mo ba Kotoko mo ba has. But then only aduane be che ne pe because ba ni score no so betua. Woni e bia medium so be che ne pe because ba ni score no so betua. Ti omo scout am pa say this Steve be kan say ono no benya nka even time ana Benjamin Asau no Olympics na nanka onya na nko e goalkeeper ma Kotoko. Also shenya time steady boy even at Olympics.
Mrs. Scout.
So no say Asau ni go da.
Scout, and I'm basing my session on what the coach told me. Say he doesn't see them. So
ujitum or accept say today Kotoko any opinion justify. Udi me person boa me ho. Say Kotoko today any opinion justify everybody me fam buta man say shame say na me dey do that ko opinion justify today.
I say I'm not against say be almost yeah, justify said okay so na we the kwaba no. But a Korean for reliance so ye no kwan ye fa ubetimi asam 100 players. One and the more most one here. It's not about who our the corner buy. Say ni pa so mesi play enti onya de kwan na ye fa no. Me say new picture dey make na.
Yeah, but imagine him say
but say way no
opinion justify.
I don't think so much because
and to say be a scout as my okay and also person bobo be ade no ube kono be Kotoko matches nkwan no di akire hwe.
Yeah, possible.
So meba in koma ye di ni na no you discuss the sporting direction of Asante Kotoko.
That's right.
They have not had it. There is no sporting directorate. That is the point. Afe no makofa menzo aba meboa. So it looks like afe no mo person mo correcting yoma.
Run to me.
Do you get it? When there is a sporting direction, tryouts ne justified here. Almost every club yebi. but they don't do it large scale. They say
that is one point. Yes, but
when you streamline things, when there is a clear sporting direction, see and maybe a and no crab inform trial process and not justify process. No, dear when you do it openly, Kotoko or justifies is here. Why not pay? The position by no pay. Department by no pay, profile by no pay. I feel what I say. So the problem is not the justify. I feel say every football culture be unique. Every abroad from no open to say the no. By any economic situation, send football culture city. We can do an open justifier process, but without proper sporting direction. It is a justify no crebe. You season now no first month near
thank you about obi call on yaba say me penny wo team me wasi unti de wo kan na dem so enya ba say bia wo pe 6 na penny no or fail no only player the both two tintina.
So the point I'm making again and it's say
sa Kotoko level ni demands that club no so say wo biem e wada ko or wherever say we justify na place na we form no the probability say the obetimi abobon yie pa no players be 30 one we nya ba ko pe
and they may ban
yes I'm telling you so it will not naturally make sense organizing it our bra won set a certain standard of process bi a ope ba ko bi dia ba be so you can pick about 30 players ba ko pe and be about the capacity so about boss the fans na hwehwe dia ma no our Dakoja chopping justify. Kotoko traso.
No, again, it fits into the sporting. Also, standard be standard ne free faneba. It's a sporting direction. And then the back no, I don't think Kotoko bro justify and trial process. So, do you get the point?
Yes, America.
The standard that we speak of, it cannot be separate from the general footballing standards. A war man. Meaning say they make what you see here. Your local league, you know, there is a general drop in standards. Only me answer. Send a near ball ni TFS, you know, and Tisa and Nyoma Sesa. So now you don't even know where the quality is. Our Division 1, our Premier League name, and our Division 2.
I've always been saying. What will you say? Mickey has something working on. And yes, you can't talent say bini who. But I am saying, say, what's my announcement in there? Where justified Dokojachi? Who are you expecting? Your Ghana Premier League. Player Ben the Befer would say, or try na what they are free for neighbor. Or inactive or free. And now you know about any weird contract or tifie and no social opportunity and over. And if I no free ball, no try say everything so bet me a try as Kenya for no Kotoko. They available the pool no. And if on the womb. Already your body division 2, your body division 1, your body division 3, and then the premier. Players when they are available at Kotoko, but you can say, sister players are begua. First of all, sister players don't free for never.
So there can about position, Mike, to say be the can say about the sporting structure, no say be who said there was so more point to be. Say be about the position, say be justify no
more established players.
So the point I am making is unless there is a certain sporting direction, I actually say penny. You cannot organize a justifier or trial or en masse. So biaba. One unimdia washe. And here one aspect of the whole conversation. So the whole idea, justifier, trial, no. The entire club nenya son fast one say. It was not properly organized. And then there were no set criteria na KPIs I had to say the issue enti hu ya ye the can be fire home. Do you get it? That is one major reason NTSR process is in a failure. So and yet the process itself and yet the exercise itself and how it was done. And here back home. 2, scouting. Me, if I'm in charge of a football project, I will never scout in the Premier League. I won't lie to you. Ghana Premier League, me scout to them. Players are me penal on 3 home back. I will target Division 2, Division 1. That is what we feel. The reason a bigger problem and say club no any good fundamentals and our foundation. Only a proper youth setup. To me support your no. So I be from Division 2 and Division 1 by just or by another boo. You are looking at the future squad plan and you're 2 seasons, 3 seasons.
I love to ask him questions.
No problem. Who bet maybe sir?
I want to say, maybe make it target no. It's sweet.
You start go stars for your recruitment.
But my body is so sick. But maybe make it a case akono. A sweet conversation, especially so I share the Hamza yeah no. All the Hamza yeah be real last season yeah no. Onya boys bear. Boy. I don't make a conversation.
Make catch Steve say. Boy no born game we after and post match no say. The only answer who didn't all league no. This or no a building and who no. But the quality.
Quality I want to make it call digging deep into and crown pool. But them matching the Kotoko for one CCA, no, it's the problem. And to make it 3 years.
Again,
so
for CCA.
So Kotoko France here.
No, again, that is the false sense of entitlement.
League, no.
And you're changing per se a G League. When things are not painted clearly, it becomes an issue. Like I was explaining. New Fuzitela Free by Accra Lions. No, but joining me, dear man. How old was he? No, I say. Meboa. Accra Lions were Division 1 and they were top player in Frankfurt.
Yeah. When the highlights
Frankfurt for what is their motive for investing in the boy or a youth talent? They will give him 2-3 years of further development. But again, so once you don't have the right structures, you don't have the right model, you can't develop. I tell me, catch us me. If I was in charge of any football model, men target the Premier League. And Premier League, you will know the quality players.
Oh, okay, so now I'm on to be free.
No, you buy.
Next, member.
And you want to
you only say. And you say be a on target Premier League ninja so on full be free.
Maybe. I then our fast scout to say uncle share Premier League amount.
Okay.
Team no boy Kotoko boy. And your Premier League nim no bo. Team be our league nim be Kotoko boy 2 times. Oh yeah, assessment on your opponent. New money. Don't you review opponent? Who you scout to so uncle can't just say player be on board. You need a scout to tell you that. Baby, I won't get exposed to focus on that place, and there are a lot more talent in those areas. Not done. The who Premier League. Why the name say to the Glonimbo? Who doesn't know?
But yeah,
Salim Adam said, "Bo me dear ma, who names or yadi?" Do you need to critically scout him to know say this is the player? So invest in a different field. But again, unless I was setting up the right structure. No. Unless you say what's setting up the right model, they penny, they be able to tell them how best or son no.
Now, Mickey, me so you honey. So, Okafa to say, place in the breba, no more for Mosa.
You related to
on Ghost Stars, then Ghost Stars a targeted players are more estatima Premier League size. Obo Premier League ni bi pen e wo ba bibia na o pese o no kedo na onya bi mo o wabo a season or 2 e middle table clubs no ene o mo call relegation so o dey o check incomings no a Kontono Free Nations akọ Young Apostles as o best midfielder but 20 years start nations asosoro ko na chibiema no obo Ash Gold with Elijah Ademo.
Okay,
yes ona bo akotomu ho no na ono no Kontono wa academy ni oba Ali Mohammed company mo batch no has defender no ho o for be say for suche ya no abo Sky and abo Apostles full season and a Ghost Stars e fa no o hwe goalkeeper no a Bonsu from Accra Lions bekum Chelsea ko body na kakra quickly na makofa no na be ka Emmanuel Kobi ho wa hu no that Berema ba wa feature the nations consistently but after no come in places you know more competitive our nations or probably obenya the full confidence na Ghost Stars pulling in Edna Kwakoba. Then there's a Accra Lions, another player Kese and also Samako Fanaba. These were the signings of Premier League no obo season or 2 no Makofa Odoaba and more in your puller from Africa na Ghost Stars are fighting war league because but
Mickey that is their model. nti make us am say model what does Kotoko want to do
Kotoko sporting director
Kotoko cannot copy Gold Stars direct. Wa bro mu tie Gold Stars die nechi.